SADHGURU'S teachings.
We are doing these programs in the prisons in India, in South India and also in the United States. Have you read something about it? See, prison is in many ways one of the most horrible places to live on the planet. Whatever conveniences, comfort somebody has created is not the point, but somebody locks you from outside, that's a huge thing, that's not a small thing. One will not understand what this is unless you go there. I have spent sufficient time there. It's a different kind of suffering. It's a very, very different kind of suffering. First of all, criminal is a man. Whoever you brand as a criminal is a man who has more longing for life than other people. He wants to live. In his hurry to live, he will trample certain things because of which he becomes a criminal. His longing for life is deeper than other people, that he cannot go in the line like everybody, he wants to jump the line, that's why he becomes a criminal. So when this man is locked up, denied many things, the suffering is very, very different. When we were last time doing a program in Pennsylvania prison, there is a man there who's been there for 30 years. In Pennsylvania state, life is life, there is no remission of terms. He's serving 3 consecutive lifetimes. He's been there for 30 years, he's not yet 50. Just after high school, he got into some trouble and he shot 3 men. And 3 consecutive lifetimes he got. 30 years he's been there, he's very healthy and fit. He's going to live for another 30-40 years and he's going to be right there. He knows that very well, no question of remission and there is no death sentence. Even if he kills another 10 people in the prison, he will get another 10 lifetimes. No death sentence. So this made him so violent from the day he entered the prison. So they put him in a single cell, something like 5.5 by 8 or something like this, of that size. 1 bunker bed and 1 closet, that's all. What he said was, he was all in tears and he said, 30 years of my life, I have never sat down in one place, I am unable to sit. 30 years of my life, I just walked up and down these 8 feet like a wild animal because I could not sit. When I got tired and fell asleep, I fell asleep. Otherwise, I never sat even for a minute, I just walked, paced up and down these 8 feet. He even ate his meals walking, he could not sit down. He said, for the first time now, I'm sitting and I'm sitting joyously. 30 years I spent like a wild animal, now at last I can sit like a human being. It's not a small thing, you won't understand unless you are there with them. The suffering it's a different kind altogether. So, now from the prisons of India and United States, we have over 2,000 poems written by the inmates. The moment they start meditating, they burst forth into poetry. This prison poetry is going to be published in the next few months. Such wonderful poems they wrote, so touching. Their suffering and their liberation through meditation, they just express this in so many ways. So even for somebody who lives in a situation like that, it is a tool to live joyously. So for you, it will definitely work if you are willing to make yourself fit. I want to say that you live truly as blissful human beings. It's possible. I know it's possible. If you are willing, you will know it's possible. And it is just that Major things have been done. Enormous amount of money is being spent in creating arms and ammunition. Enormous amount of money is being spent in, tobacco and alcohol and pleasures and entertainment and everything. But never before has humanity, except when somebody like Gautama came, the king, the Ashoka, dedicated huge sums of money to spread the meditation in the country. That's why Gautama became popular, because the king took it up. The emperor Ashoka took it up and gave him the resources and the people to spread meditation, because he saw this is what needs to happen. But otherwise, most of the time humanity has never invested in spreading tools of joy, inner joy, for themselves and for everybody. People have not invested. Many wonderful yogis have come, many wonderful sages and saints have come, but the necessary support did not come. Gautama was one of the fortunate few that the king gave all his resources, including his family, to completely be dedicated to this path and make it happen for everybody. It's a real tragedy that humanity never invested in seeking joy within themselves. But humanity invested enormously to destroy each other, to kill each other, even today. After all this, still the maximum investment is still going into the arms industry in the world, isn't it? It's so unintelligent, forget about anything else. It is so unintelligent that we have to invest in that direction, not in well-being. It's time you invest your time, life and your resources to make, the right kind of things happen in the world, isn't it? For yourself and for everybody.
Today, many women in our modern society are stepping out and having a career. And I'd just like to know, what do you think of this? Of women stepping out, being career people, managing home as well, being financially independent? Is this good?
Say, every woman should do what she wants to do as an individual person. It should not be made into a trend in a society or the only right thing to do in the world. Because I think if a woman intends to have 2 children and raise them, I think it's a full-time job. I'm not saying she should not go out and work. If she wishes to, as an individual person, she's free to do what she wants to do. But having 2 children is not about reproduction. You're manufacturing the next generation of people. How the world will be tomorrow will be determined by what kind of mothers you have today, believe me. So, why is it… I have seen many ladies coming to me and say, when I ask, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just a housewife. I said, why do you say you're just a housewife? You don't seem to understand the significance of, being able to nurture 2 or 3 new lives. It's not a not important job. It's a very important job. I have to say this, my mother never said anything much. She never went about telling me, I love you or you love me or anything of this kind. It's just that she simply lived. And it never occurred to us whether she loves us, she doesn't love us, such questions never came, because her whole life was dedicated to us, she lived for us, she never said it once, but that's all it is. And I cannot imagine that part of my life without her being around. It is just that she never played an active role in what I am. But the background that she set, without the ambience that she set for me, I would never be what I am, for sure. Whatever else may be within me, still the soil that she set around me, without ever interfering with who I am, what I am, just the ambience she set around me and the effort she took to set that ambience, she gave her life to set that ambience, knowing fully well it will play out somewhere. And why does anybody think this is not an important job? In my life, I feel what she did is the most important thing she did to me. And one of the most important things that have happened to me is early life, you never had to think about anything. It was simply, she made sure the background was simply always there, without a single thought about it. Unconcerned about what's happening around you is what gave me the possibility of sitting with my eyes closed for days on end. Otherwise this wouldn't be possible, I'm saying. So, career, I want you to understand, right now because we have made the whole world into economics, unfortunately women also getting as stupid as men, as if how much money you earn is going to determine the value of your life. No, it is just procurement of things that you need. Money is just about that. Man was procuring, woman was taking about the more beautiful aspects of life. Now woman also wants to procure. If there is such an economic need in the family, fine, she must do it. But it is not a compulsive need. It must not be set up as something better to do than doing something. If she sings song, if she plays music, or if she just loves her children, or if she cooks beautifully, or she just lives beautifully like a flower, it's good enough, I'm saying. It is not necessary that only if she earns this much money, she is doing something valuable, otherwise she's not. If there is an economic need, she can do it, or if she has a passion for doing it, she can do it. But let not such values be set up in the world because you are not evolving, you're regressing. You are making survival more important than aesthetics of life.